Okay, so this is going to be a video reviewing for the test tomorrow on 9.4 and 9.5, which covers operations on rational expressions, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, including complex fractions. So I'm going to scroll down in a second. Homework tonight is skills practice 15, and I have 4 problems I would like you to do. So please write down skills practice 15 for homework tonight. And there's the 4th problem. Let's bring it up a little bit. There you go. All right, so go ahead and get started on those 4 problems. Pause the video. Okay, so I'm just going to space this out a little bit so we have a little more room to work. Okay, so here is the answer to number 1. Okay. Uh-oh. Circle of death. Woo. Okay, so here's the answer for number 1. There's the answer for number 2, number 3, and number 4. So let me show you how this all is going to work out. The first thing I'm going to do with number 1 is I'm going to notice it's a division problem. So this is going to turn into a multiplication problem, and then it's a factor cancel situation. I notice that my first polynomial in the top left has a negative x squared term. So I'm going to take out the negative, and that's going to leave me with x squared minus 8x minus 20. And immediately I'm going to notice, okay, well, that factors to x minus 10, x plus 2. All right, so that's the first one. Now the bottom there, I've got a greatest common factor of 15, x to the third, and that's going to leave me with x minus 10 times, now the top right becomes x minus 9 times, oops, except that needs to go in the denominator, x minus 9, x plus 2, and now 2x cubed minus 18x squared is going to come up here. I'm going to take out the 2x squared, and we'll be left with x minus 9. So now there's a lot of canceling that goes on. First off, I'm going to take the x minus 10s, the x plus 2s, the x minus 9s. Then I've got this negative 2x squared over 15x cubed. Well, I can take off the x cubed and the x squared, and I'm just left with x in the denominator. And that's where I get the answer, negative 2 over 15x. Box of joy. All right, number 2. All right, so this is an addition problem. So the first thing I want to do is create common denominators. And I notice that I have a trinomial here that factors to x plus 1, x plus 1. This is actually our least common denominator. It's almost like this was a 4, and then this is a 2, and this is a 2. 2 times 2 is 4, so each of these would need another 2. In this situation, each need another x plus 1. Hey. Okay, so this needs x plus 1. This needs x plus 1. So we'll switch colors. So now the first fraction is x over x plus 1, x plus 1. The second fraction is going to be 3x plus 3 over x plus 1, x plus 1. Minus, now I need to multiply these 2 binomials together, and that would give me x squared plus 3x plus 2 over x plus 1, x plus 1. Now I want to make sure I subtract everything in this third fraction, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change it to addition and distribute the negative. And so now I actually end up with negative x squared, x, 3x minus 3x plus x, and then 3 minus 1 is plus 1, over x plus 1, x plus 1. And I think that's the answer, because even if I took out a negative here, nothing adds to negative 1 that would multiply to negative 1. So, yep, there it is. Same thing. All right, so let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 is also an addition problem. So again, the first thing I am going to do is create common denominators. I'm going to start that process by factoring. Oops. Oops. There we go. First denominator. Second denominator is going to be c plus, minus 2, c minus 3. So the first fraction needs c minus 3. I hate c's, they look like parentheses. Second fraction needs c plus 2. And that's going to give us 8, pull this down, 8c, not too far, 8c minus 24 over c plus 2, c plus 3, minus 3. Okay, I'm too lazy to keep writing this, so I'm just going to be like, and now this is going to be 2c plus 4, and when I add that together, I'm going to get 10c minus 20, and immediately I notice I've got 10c minus 20 over c plus 2, c minus 2, c minus 3, so I'm going to factor out the 10 up top, and make it 10 times c minus 2, and then the c minus 2's cancel out, and you're left with a final answer of 10 over c plus 2, c minus 3. There you go. All right, last one, number 4. All right, number 4 is a complex fraction, and so what I want to do is kind of look at the numerator and think about how I can add that together. Uh-oh. Okay, so the numerator has, I'm going to look at this as one fraction. I'm going to give it a common denominator of x, so that's going to make the numerator x squared plus 3x over x plus 2 over x. Now the denominator needs x squared on the 1, and that's going to give me x squared over x. X squared over x squared minus 4 over x squared gives us x squared plus 3x plus 2 over x all over x squared minus 4 over x squared. Now immediately I realize that I can have some factoring I could do here. I could make the numerator x squared minus plus 3x plus 2 into x plus 2, x plus 1. And I'm going to divide, so I'm going to flip this over. And this and x squared minus 4 becomes x plus 2, x minus 2. X plus 2 cancels. I can cancel an x. And I'm left with a final answer of x times x plus 1 over x minus 2. All right, now homework last night was skills practice. Extra slide. Skills practice 29. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 problems that were popular last year, and hopefully that will help you out and answer any homework questions you had. All right, so here's number 8. We're going to take a look at that one first. Common denominator in the numerator is going to be xy. This needs a y. This needs an x. And funny enough, the common denominator down here is also going to be xy. This needs a y. This needs an x. So if I put the numerator together, I get 6x plus 6y minus 8 over xy. And I get 9x plus 9y minus 12 also over xy. Now when I go to divide this, I'm going to pull out greatest common factors. 6x plus 6y minus 8 has a greatest common factor of 2. Here we've got a common denominator, or I'm sorry, a common factor of 3. And you see perfectly these cancel. XY cancels. And that's why number 8 has an answer of 2/3. All right. Another popular one last year was number 10, so I'm going to take a look at that one. Now, I'm trying to decide for number 10 if maybe I want to take out the -1, but let's just kind of play with it for now. So, yuck. This needs a b. This needs b minus 1. Whoops, 1 minus b. All right. So now the numerator, when I multiply these together, it's going to become 1 minus b squared plus b squared. Oh, that's nice. Whew, I was getting nervous. This was going to be ugly. And then the denominator kind of has a similar situation. This needs a b. This needs a 1 plus b. So this is going to be b squared. This is going to be 1 minus b squared. And you can see it's actually really nice because when you add these together, these cancel out. And when you add these together, these are going to go away. So I'm just going to save myself a line. I've got 1 over b times b minus 1. Oh, 1 minus b, sorry. And then the denominator there that I'm going to flip is going to be 1 over b times b plus 1. So this goes up. This goes below. So you can see for number 10, these are going to cancel. And I think that's it. Let's check. Yep, that's it. So we've got 1 plus b over 1 minus b, and that's our final answer. All right, let's do 2 more. Let's take a look at 13 and 14. So 13. Here this needs an x, this needs a 3, so now the numerator is going to be x squared over x minus 3 over x. So we can add that together to get x squared minus 3 over x. The denominator is going to become 6x over 3 minus x over 3, which is going to give us 5x over 3. When we divide these, we're going to get x squared minus 3 over x times 3 over 5x. Wow, this is terrible. Is this really the gross answer? Let's see. Yep, that's really it. And then we've got 3x squared minus 9 over 5x squared. Nothing cancels. Too bad, so sad. All right, one more we're going to do is number 14. The nice thing about number 14 is the numerator needs absolutely nothing. It's just going to be 1 over x squared minus 1. Now the denominator, the common denominator is going to be x minus 1 times x plus 1. This needs an x plus 1. This needs an x minus 1. So it's going to be x plus 1. And then if I were to multiply these two together, it'll be x squared minus 1. I'm just doing that because I'm starting to run out of space. And then we've got x minus 1. All right, so now I've got 1 over all over 2x. Uh-oh.